Good evening and Happy New Year. Thank you for tuning in to Boss Up with Kia, sponsored by 1K Photography, creating memories through creative arts. I am your host, Shakia Sanders Bradford, and your business matters. Boss Up with Kia is basically a business coaching service where we help people get started in their business. On the other hand, as the operator, I have many businesses that I have created for myself. Well, you may say, Kia, that just sounds easy because it's you. Well, it wasn't quite that easy to get started, but the one thing that I had to do was get started. So this is what Boss Up with Kia is for. Simple steps to help you get your business started. And today I have a special guest with me, and her name is Angela Foxworth. Hello, Angela.
Hey, y'all. Hey, how are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you.
Wonderful. I'm so excited to have you here joining with me on my first launch for Boss Up with Kia. The personal and the business relationship we have has grown so much that it means a lot to me. And people don't know that it takes a lot to step out on faith to get started on your business. I mean, look at me now. I'm starting my radio show.
That's right.
You know, that's amazing. Everybody knows me as the behind the scenes person, the quiet Kia that all we do is work and everybody else go out there and show their face, but Kia is behind the scenes. But I am on the radio, and all it takes is for you just to get started. So that's what my hopes and my vision and my goal for this radio show is, to just simply help you get started. And so after this next song for Jacqueline Carr, You Will Win, we're going to talk to Angela about how her business got started. It's simple. It's just very simple. So just stay tuned, and we'll be back.
All right. You want me to sing? You want me to sing? You will win.
Hi, live. I'm sweating. Y'all see me sweating?
I'll sing if y'all want me to.
No, don't sing. We good.
Your health. The enemy came up against your finances. The enemy came up against your vision. The enemy came up against your business.
It's not winning season. 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 It's not winning season.
It's my winning season.
Yes,
now
it
that
is.
is a powerful testimony.
Yes,
That
it
is my song. Everything attached to me wins, and I know that God has brought me all this time, all this way for me to win.
That's right.
So I know that if I win, you win,
That's
and
right.
that's all that matters. So I thank God for that song. That is my testimony. And we're back. This is Boss Up with Kia. Your business matters. It is the takeover. We're here to take over your ears, your heart, your mind, your vision, your goals, so you can get started. Step out on faith and get started with your business.
Yes.
I am here with someone that's attached to me, and we're winning,
And winning.
with my special guest,
That's
Angela
right.
Foxworth. She's the
Yes.
owner of Serene Expressions, and I'm excited to have her with me today.
Thank you.
So I want to bring you on the scene now. Just give us something to tell us. How did you get started?
Well, first let me say I am super excited to be here with you. You're like my baby now.
Mm-hmm.
You said it earlier, our spiritual and our physical, our relationship has grown beyond our professional relationship. But we're here to talk about the professional relationship. So let me tell you all how I got started. By the way, I'm 52 years old, so that just goes to show you it's never too late. It's never too late. 2 years ago, I was at church. We go to the same ministry, the same church. And Kia is one of the young ladies on praise and worship. And I watched her in ministry. And there was a time when I remember one Saturday after prayer, she was standing by me at the sound booth, and she started talking about what she wanted to do. And she was in school at the time for her degree, and she was also doing event planning and decorating and all that. And I always want to push other people. So I'm trying to encourage her to go for it. I'm proud of you, little sis, do it. And a lot of things that she was saying she wanted to do, she had not done, but she was she had goals. That's what I heard her say. She set goals for herself. And I sat back and I watched her. And I watched everything that she said that Saturday come to pass. All of her goals. She finished school. She had her business. She became a business coach. And all the things that she mentioned she was working on, I watched her do them. And I said to myself, and myself said, you are too old to be sitting back here and letting this little girl do all this, and you're doing nothing but thinking and dreaming.
Wow.
And I remember I watched, and you were with an organization at the time for women. And I said I wanted to join just because I was watching you. And after a few meetings and God leading me to do some things, I realized that what I really was after was her.
Wow.
Was her. You had something that I needed, and that was drive, that unction, that push. Like she said, there's nothing to do but get started. So I remember getting up one day after our women's conference that year, and I remember thinking, it's time. People started speaking things into my life. It's time now, Angela. You don't have a 9 to 5. And you're working in ministry, but you need to be doing something for yourself, because by this time, people of God had started speaking into my life about what God was showing them about me and the wealth and the riches and where God was taking me. And I'm like, how is God going to take you anywhere when all you do is sit home and do the same thing every day, all day? You got to do something different. And I called you that Monday morning.
Right.
And I told you that I was ready to start a business.
Mm-hmm.
It was coming up on my birthday then. And I started asking you for your input and your advice. And after the initial advice, like get the business license, I even asked you to help me pick a name. I need a name that encompasses everything about me. I want a name that says who I am. I'm at peace, I'm happy, I'm fulfilled, my life is good, and I want a name of a business to reflect that. And we played around with different things, but it was you who put Serene and Expressions together. I was with the Serene for something else, Expressions with something else, but when you said Serene Expressions, I knew that was it. And took a trip to New York to get started with the jewelry. But let me tell you all, my sisters, my brothers, if you're listening to this broadcast, this young lady is kind of young. She's as young as my daughter, but she's something like a big deal. And I'm telling you because she walked me through the process. And something else she did that it got on my nerves a little bit, but it was what I needed. She not just became my number one at that time, I would say the first support system for me in the business, but she became that voice of you can't quit. Before you even became a certified business coach, you were my business coach. Yes. She walked me through everything. She helped me plan my first facial, photo shoot, everything I needed to get started. She told me what I needed, and everything she said, I did. Although I could be her mother by age, everything she said that I needed to do for my business, I did. And even down to the launching of it, she was instrumental in every part of it. And during this time, I was still writing my first book. So she would not only mind my business with the business, Serene Expressions, but she was in enveloping herself in every area of everything about me. She did my website. She's an awesome web designer. Check out serene-expressions.com and you'll see what I'm talking about. She's awesome. She designed my website. And she started telling me things like, hey, you worked on that book today? You need to shut it down for 3 days. Let Tanisha, my daughter who works for me, handle Serene. We got this. You focus on finishing that book. What's your goal? You got your date set? She made me accountable. She made me know the importance of setting goals and then reaching them and not letting anything stop you. And when I got the book finished, I called her before I called my publisher. Girl, the book is done. She said, I knew you could do it. And when I started taking classes to become a certified life coach, I called her. And what did I do that for? Because she started doing this. Do you finish your classes? You finish? What's your goal set for finishing this and getting your certificate? She kept pushing. And then she would call me every now and then. I haven't heard from Serene lately. What are you doing? What's your next move? When is your next event? She kept me up on thinking like not just an entrepreneur so I can tell people I'm an entrepreneur, but she kept me thinking and focused on growing. On growing. And what I ended up learning and adapting from growing my business became a part of my lifestyle where it helped me even to grow spiritually because I took that same mentality and drive and put it in my spiritual walk.
Wow.
So everything about me that I said I wanted the name to match me and who I am. Serene Expressions encompasses everything about Angela Goodman Foxworth. From where God brought me from to where I am to where He's taking me. It all has to do with that. And my sister, I am not ashamed to give honor where honor is due. You had a big hand, a big part in that because you showed me how to do the work. And you stood by me as I did the work. And you pushed me into my greatness. And I ain't there yet. I'm getting there. You know, check it out. I'm getting there. But God used you to give me what I needed to propel me into where He's taking me. You know, and it was nothing to do but to get started. And you had a hand to do that. You did that for me. You allowed God to use you to do that for me. So when she's talking about business coaching and being there and your business matters, This is one young lady that I know for a fact means that. She means that. And if you take her on as your business coach, be prepared to do the work, because she's not going to let you lay around and say, well, I'll get to it later.
That's right.
And that is awesome. That speaks volumes, not just of your work ethic, but the kind of person that you are and the heart that you have for others to be blessed in their businesses, because you're right. It was never about you, and you never wanted to be seen and be out front. I got it. I'll take care of it back here. You didn't even want your name called. And that speaks volumes of the type of young lady that you are. So, Miss BossUp, I thank you. You can take your bow, my queen. This is your debut of your radio show. But this is just another step in where you're going.
Amen. It's my winning season.
Yes.
Everything attached to me wins, and that is a true testimony, and I'm glad for you to be here today to share yours with me. It's amazing that I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but when I see other people step out and do what God has called them to do, that just fills my heart.
Yeah.
My name has never have to be called. Nobody has ever had to know that I work with you. I just want to see you win. And that's what God has placed in me, is to help others. So he had to put me through the fire so I'll be able to help others. So this is not easy. I mean, I had to start from the bottom as well, but I didn't have the coaching and the helping and the teaching and the motivation that other people have the opportunity to have now. I had to learn all of this with just me and God. I had to fail so many times. I had to get back up. I had to start over. I had to stop. I had to quit, and I had to get back up, start over again. But every time I started.
You started.
And this faith without works is dead.
It's dead.
So I had to step out on faith and just get started. And because I was able to get started, I'm helping others get started. It's simple. I mean, we're in a do-it-yourself world now. Everybody can do everything themselves. They don't need nobody else to do it. But if you just take the time out to just, breathe, let somebody help you.
That's it.
You just don't know how far that you can go. It's good to have an accountability person, someone that'll encourage you, motivate you just to get started. So many people have so many visions and dreams and goals and businesses out there. They're just sitting on it, just waiting for the opportunity. And all you have to do is just get started.
That's it. Nike said it best. Just do it.
Just do it. It's just simple as that. Just do it. It may scare you. It may hurt and everything else, but all you got to do is just do it.
That's it. And it demands change.
It does.
It demands change. And change is always scary.
It is.
For people because most people are, when you reach in your comfort zone and you got your life pattern out and what you're doing, anything that goes against the grind or goes against that people are afraid of the unknown.
Right.
But I declare right now, I agree with 100% what you just said. If we would just step out on faith and trust God and do it, we can live our dreams. And I'm living mine. And I thank you for letting God use you, because he knew I needed that extra push. I'm not one of those do it all myself.
Right.
I can delegate. I can be bossy, but I'm not boss up. I'll be the first one to say, look, let me get somebody to help us with that, and I'll watch you do it. But you learned something, and this is one of the things about you that really inspires and that I love about you. You took the time and everything you need to do to learn, not just the trade, the skill, but then what God actually gave you also. And you parlayed all of that into into what I call a package that you offer other people. You could have very well just took everything you know and take your business and just blow yourself up. Right. Because a lot of people have that mentality. I got mine. Get yours the best way you can.
They do.
But you took that and parlayed into a business where you actually work harder for others than yourself. I see you doing so much to help other people, push them upward and hold them up and do all that. And that's why I asked you the other Saturday at church. I said, when is your next event?
Right.
What are you doing? And then when she told me all the stuff that she really is doing, I felt like, okay, maybe I shouldn't ask her that question. But it was just too much is given, much is required. And the more we do, and the more God sees that he can use us, in different areas. There's no such thing as, oh, you're doing too much. You got your hands in too many pots. God gave you everything you need. He got you equipped to be able to do all that. And then some more. So just imagine. I can only imagine, and I have a great imagination, what God is going to do with you next and where this thing is going, because you got a whole lot going on, not just BossUp. But it's all rolled up together, and it falls under that one umbrella because it defines you and how God uses you. She got a cute little smile. She's cute as a button, but she really is BossUp. Yes, if you don't know her, let me tell you, she is something like a big deal.
I'm something like a big deal,
Yes.
but God has made me this way. I have always been the person that I will give everything I have to other people. That's just always been me. It's my natural self. If that's something you want to say, it's just me. I'm just going to always make sure that you are well taken care of, no matter what. That's in business, that's in your spiritual life, personal life, wherever God puts me, wherever you need me, I'm going to give you everything I have.
Don't lose that.
That's just the natural me.
Don't lose that.
And I turned that into my business because it's a passion. It's just, I can't help it, you know. I can't help it. People are like, when are you going to rest? When are you going to do for yourself? This is doing for me. When I do for other people, that's doing for me. That's me. Being me is just doing for you. That's all that matters. And that's what I want people to understand when it comes down to business. You just do yourself. Be yourself. Put your all into it. Put your passion into it. Put your goals, your visions, whatever you have, just put it into what you want to do. It's just simple. Just get started.
And if you need help doing that, call Ms. BossUp. She
Call
can
me.
help you take it from a thought, I'm telling you, from just thinking about it to actually walking it out. I saw her do it. I've seen her do it. She did it for me. And she will actually do that. She will help you with the vision board, with your goals, with the steps you need to take to accomplish those goals. And then check them off. And instead of stopping, move on up. What's next?
Yes.
What's next now?
What's next? We can't stop. I always tell my clients, you can't stop now. You done start, so you might as well just keep on going, whatever it takes. If you need to go sit down for a while, go sit down for a little minute, catch your breath, you know, take a little breather, take a little break, but tomorrow we're going to get started. So,
and she says that. She does just that too. She's just not that nice when she says it to you, whether it's on the phone or whatever, but she will let you know. You go ahead and get you a nap now, but tomorrow we can start
you
it.
got to get this thing going.
And she will come to your house if she has to.
I will tap on your door at 7:45 in the morning.
It tickled me because when she first started helping me, we sat down and we had a meeting about the design of my website. And she knew all the questions to ask and I just told her what I thought I wanted to see, and she knew what to do. And we were at the church at one of the round tables meeting, and I always carried composition books and tablets with me, so I'm writing everything down. And I noticed how she was watching me, but I didn't notice why. And that next morning, before she went to work, she stopped at my house with a 2016 planner, the big one. I still carry that planner. It had all the days, everything lined up, organized. She's a very organized young lady. So she didn't want to have another meeting with me writing in my tablet. She wanted everything done in that planner. And that I adopted that because I now use a planner, because I realized the importance of writing it down, making it plain,
yes,
and then you can see it. And then that's when we start thinking that we can do what it is that we dream about. Because this was a dream for you first,
yes,
you know. And I'm telling y'all, I can't say it enough. She's really, really the best out there. Web designer, business coach. What else, Kia?
graphic design.
Graphic second to none. Let me tell you, she's the most awesome graphic designer there is. You know, and she's just really, really great at what she does. The gift that God has given her, the gifts that God has given her, she uses them to help other people and help your business grow. So if you got a thought, an idea, or a dream, and you're sitting on and don't know how to get started, call. Call her and tell her what it is, and she'll tell you, help you. She won't do it for you, but she will take you by the hand, and she will help you get started. And she won't let you stop. She'll let you take a nap, but she's not going to let you sit back, cross your arms, and say, I'm not doing it, I can't do this. She'll be your number one supporter.
Yes, I can't let you fail. Losing is not an option.
Losing is not an option.
And the only way that I win is if you win, and that's all that matters to me.
And she means that. A lot of people say that, but she really, really does mean that. You know.
Well,
So,
Angela, I appreciate you being here today.
thank
It
you
has
for
really
having
warmed
me.
my heart. My cheeks are red from smiling
I
so
know
much,
that.
and just being excited for having you here today because someone needed to hear this.
And I'm so proud of you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So from anything that you take on today, it's just start. All you have to do is just start. Write it down. Write it plain. If you got 10,000 notebooks, take all those notebooks and put them together and just make one. Get started. If you don't know how to start, call me. This is simple.
Call her, y'all.
You can call me, you can email me, you can text me. My phone is always on. I mean, it may fall behind the bed sometimes when I'm asleep, but it's always on. I'm going to hear it. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you win. Your business matters, whatever it is. If it's cooking, if it's making socks, if it's making t-shirts, whatever it is, just get started.
Get started.
Take this new year and get started with your business. I'm excited to see what God has in store for you, all those that are listening. I'm just excited to see because I know God has a lot in store for everyone that's listening. Just get started. Let's get started together. Whatever you need me to do, call me. You can reach me at 803-757-8947. You can email me at bossupenterprisellc@gmail.com. Or you can contact me on Facebook. Inbox me at BossUp Enterprise LLC. I am on Facebook. You can email me. You can call me. Whatever it takes for me to help you get started, I am here to help you.
Yes.
Angela, tell our listeners, how can they find you?
How can you find me? You can contact me by email, agoodmanfoxworth30@gmail.com. Feel free to call me at 803-295-1001. And by all means, please go to my website. You can contact me there as well. www.serene-expressions.com.
All right. Well, listen, I thank you guys for tuning in with Boss Up with Kia. Angela is 52 years old, you guys. Come on now. There's no excuse for you not to get started. We all have to start somewhere.
That's right.
So let's take this year and let's take it over. Your business matters. So I thank you so much for listening to Boss Up with Kia. And I hope and pray that you tune in on next week at 6 o'clock. I look forward to seeing you and hearing from you. Y'all have a great day.
Be blessed. Good night.
Good night.